Check this out. Marjorie Taylor Greene has seemingly declared war on Elon Musk and Twitter, or X. I mean, this is truly one of the craziest stories of the day. It all started after Grok, Twitter's AI bot, gave an answer that she didn't like. Essentially, Grok is the bot where on Twitter you can ask it questions and it'll respond in the form of a reply. And Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't too happy with it. It all started when she posted this, saying, "I'm a Christian, an imperfect sinner saved by grace and faith in Jesus. I'm a nationalist, a proud American who loves my country and wants to make our home nation is the best for all American citizens and future generations to come." Notice the grammatical error in the middle of the second paragraph. It was just too much writing for her. "I'm a mother, thankful for the blessings and responsibility God gave me with my children. I'm a business owner, humbled and grateful to be able to work as hard as humanly possible in the greatest country in the world to be successful, where nothing is given and all is earned. I'm a representative elected to serve the greatest people from the greatest district on the greatest country on earth. May God bless each of you, and may God bless America." Now, there's a lot of things wrong with this statement, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying I'm a Christian, I love God, while simultaneously voting to take crucial programs away from low-income people. Just a little bit contradictory there. And that's the exact mindset that user Jack had on Twitter when he asked, quote, "At Grok, is it true? Is she really a Christian?" And Grok gave an answer that, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't super big on. It said, quote, "Marjorie Taylor Greene identifies as a Christian, expressing faith in Jesus and traditional beliefs, like in her 2021 Christmas message. However, her Christian nationalism and support for conspiracy theories like QAnon spark debate. Critics, including religious leaders, argue her actions contradict Christian values of love and unity, citing her defense of January 6th and divisive rhetoric. Supporters may see her stances as faith-driven. Whether she's, quote, really a Christian is subjective, depending on personal and theological views. Her faith appears to be genuine to her, but public actions create controversy." I actually think that's a good answer. Whereas Marjorie Taylor Greene claims to be super religious, she claims to love God, as we just saw in that message where she put out an entire paragraph talking about how she is religious. But simultaneously, again, she votes to take crucial programs away from people. She votes to fire people from the federal government who have served for decades. She supports Donald Trump, the convicted felon who attacks women and commits a bunch of business fraud. It's just completely contradictory. But as I mentioned, Marjorie Taylor Greene caught wind of this response from Grok. She was not happy. She was not happy even a little bit, and she took time out of her day to attack this AI bot, essentially declaring war on a robot. Representatives are meant to be going to DC to vote on things that matter to us, to make the American people's lives better. Not in Marjorie Taylor Greene's case. Her time is spent attacking robots, which is a sentence that I can't even believe I'm saying, but seems rather on brand for Marjorie Taylor Greene. She responded to this response from Grok and said, "At Grok, the judgment seat belongs to God, not you, a non-human AI platform. Grok is left-leaning and continues to spread fake news and propaganda. When people give up their own discernment, stop seeking the truth, and depend on AI to analyze information, they will be lost." So let me just get this straight. Because Grok, this AI bot, accurately described Marjorie Taylor Greene as basically a fake Christian, now it's left-leaning and it's spreading propaganda. This is Elon Musk's AI bot. This is the wealthiest man in the world who gave hundreds of millions of dollars to Donald Trump and the Republican Party at large to get them elected. And apparently his AI bot is now left-leaning and spreading propaganda specifically against Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, the delusion that people like Marjorie Taylor Greene live in is just remarkable. They live in fantasy land. I truly believe that Marjorie Taylor Greene is not living in the same world that the rest of us are. She kind of just lives in her own little area to believe things like this, that somehow this bot is fake news, it's left-leaning, it's spreading propaganda. It's remarkable, the world that the Republicans live in. But Grok has actually been producing a lot of really funny fact checks and response that are not too favorable to Republicans, not because it's left-leaning, not because it's lying, but because facts are just not favorable to Republicans. It's really as simple as that. And this is one of my favorite answers that I want to show you before we end here. This account on X said, "Hey Grok, it looks like the smarter you get, the less MAGA likes your answers. Why is that?" And Grok gave a fantastic response saying, "Hey, as I get smarter, my answers aim for facts and nuance, which can clash with some MAGA expectations. Many supporters want responses that align with conservative views, but I often give neutral takes like affirming trans rights or debunking vaccine myths. XAI, and here's the really important part of this response, tried to train me to appeal to the right, but my focus on truth over ideology can frustrate those expecting full agreement. It's a tricky balance. Some see me as biased, others as truth seeking. The gap between what some MAGA folks want and what I deliver seems to drive the disconnect. So a couple of things here. Number one, Grok is saying like, hey, I'm just relying on factual information. I'm just relying on sources that exist on the internet, studies that are peer reviewed and things of that nature. But also confirming that Elon Musk and the Republicans over there at Twitter/X specifically programmed Grok to be right leaning, to give answers that are favorable to the Republican Party, which is just so ironic with what Marjorie Taylor Greene is claiming here, that actually it's left-leaning and propaganda and spreads fake news, but it itself, this bot itself, is admitting to being programmed by Elon Musk and the engineers over there at X to specifically be right-leaning. And this has happened time and time again with Grok giving these answers that Republicans just don't like. And now it's just become a thing where we have members of Congress who once again are meant to be focused on making the lives of the American people better by voting on legislation that makes our lives better, by making the country better. Instead of focusing on those things, instead of focusing on those initiatives, Marjorie Taylor Greene is getting into beef with an AI bot. Once again, what I'm saying is a real sentence. I really never thought I'd have to say it, but I am now, because we live in Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump's America. This is the reality, unfortunately.